Have you ever imagined a world without birds? These creatures are a vital part of our ecosystem by carrying out tasks that we probably don't even realize. Avians live and breed in terrestrial habitats around the globe, but the greatest diversity occurs in tropical regions.
Did you know that the Philippines is home to a vast number of bird species? And of these, hundreds are actually found locally or are endemic. Now, the sad part is many of these species are actually facing extinction. Well, I'm Paolo Abrera. Join me as we fly into the world of birds and find out what kind of efforts are being made to help conserve our avifauna for future generations. Only here on One Small Act.
Based on data from the Biodiversity Management Bureau of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, there are over 700 species of birds in the Philippines. To know more about the Philippine avifauna, joining us is Ms. Mari Almeda, Ecosystem Management Specialist 2 of DNR BMB.
Ms. Mari, let's talk about the BMB. What exactly is the BMB and what is the mandate of the BMB?
People find Philippine wildlife species very cute, diba? But with it comes a great responsibility also. So with that, the BMB, or as the Biodiversity Management Bureau, as we all know, or formerly called the Protected Areas and Wildlife Bureau, it's Philippine biodiversity that is to provide natural resiliency and sustain benefits for the present and future generations. And part of our vision, of course, is to conserve and protect Philippine biodiversity. Because a lot of people, they harvest wildlife, they engage in illegal hunting. So we are here to tell people, everyone has a role in conservation. Each species may function yan sa ecosystem natin. Hindi porket cute sila, uhulihin, ibebenta. No, hindi. Ang wildlife does not only constitute the animals that we have around. Wildlife also includes our fauna. Ito ang tinuturo natin sa tao, ang wildlife in general. We have to conserve and protect our biodiversity because ang biodiversity natin, ito yung mga samot-saring buhay na nakaloob sa ating ecosystem.
At kung wala tayong ginawa, it will go away and really future generations will not be able to appreciate what we have. I think the one thing that strikes me is the fact that we're all part of the same chain and ecosystem. And if one thing fails, a chain reaction obviously occurs. One important link in this chain is our avifauna, our birds, and that sort of Department of Wildlife. Let's talk about what we can so that people can appreciate the importance of avifauna, of the birds. What is the state of our avifauna?
Oh, we have about 700 bird species and about 262 of these occur only in the country. 184 are threatened, and of the 184, 128 species are threatened endemics, meaning threatened sila at tanging dito lang sila natatagpuan. We have 19 orders, 77 families, and 254 genus of birds.
What would you say are some of the causes, the likely causes and surprisingly unlikely causes of why these birds and certain species of birds become endangered?
Actually, one is hunting. And then, I don't know, sometimes people use it for sport. No? Pakita, parang trophy sa kanila. Diba? Especially like our national bird, the Philippine eagle. And then, loss of habitat. The humans have been pushing the birds out of their, not just the birds, but wildlife in general. No, you encroach on their habitat. Siyempre, nauubos, nakukonti na siya, diba? So where will these animals go? So they have to get out, and that's where the conflict starts. And then, climate change. Nako, that is so very timely now, no? Illegal logging. Yan, mga various, these are the typical reasons of poverty.
Are there other indicators of a healthy ecosystem the same way, kunyari, we seem to focus on bees? If the bee life is good, we say the air quality is good and hence things are on the mend. If the fireflies are good in a certain area, it's also an indication. Are birds that way? Are there bird species that indicate a healthy ecosystem?
Yes. Number one, of course, is our apex predator, the Philippine eagle, our national bird. As an apex predator, it acts as an ecological barometer. It's a biological indicator. It tells us the state of our forest system. The presence of the Philippine eagle in the forest means the forest is sustainable. It's enough to provide for our needs. You protect the eagles, and at the same time, the eagle will protect you.
Birds are an integral part of our ecosystem. When we return, we'll focus on the mighty Philippine eagle and its importance in keeping the balance of the ecosystem. Birds do so much for the environment that benefits not only them, but the ecosystem as a whole. Our national bird, the Philippine eagle, is just one of many. Unfortunately, their numbers are now declining.
If we use the Philippine eagle as a barometer, as a health check, where are we now? I mean, how many eagles are in captivity? How many eagles are out in the wild? And what is the trend? Are they declining? Are they growing? What is the state of the Philippine eagle?
Sad to say, the numbers are decreasing. In the latest population estimate done in 2022 by Dr. Luke Sutton, we do not have an exact number of the population of the Philippine eagle. It's about 392 pairs or 784 individuals throughout the country. Number one cause of its population decline is still hunting of the species and loss of its forest habitat. And for now, we have 32 captive eagles at the Davao-based Philippine Eagle Center, which is the only NGO that's authorized by the DNR to rehabilitate and rescue Philippine eagles. 18 of these eagles are wild caught and 14 are captive bred. And with this, we want to highlight also because of the conservation breeding that was started at the Philippine Eagle Center. Nahatch si Pag-asa, if you remember, in January 1992. No? So, ito, pinapakita natin that our eagles, they reproduce. It's only when they venture into open landscapes that they become vulnerable to trapping and shooting. Parang tao yan eh. Bababa sa pugad, pagkatapos maglalaro.
They're very naive.
Yes.
They trust
Parang
bata.
People.
Oh.
Yes, so parang ano ganyan. So when they start walking, the eagles have been known to walk on the forest floors. So when they start walking and get off the nest, that's when they become vulnerable to trapping. In fact, the number one cause of Philippine eagle population decline in Luzon has been attributed to accidental trapping. Kasi nga bumababa sila sa pugad eh.
Ma'am Marie, let's talk about why the Philippine eagle is so special. I mean, obviously it's iconic to us, but really there are qualities that make it quite, the special bird that it is.
As you all know, it's one of the biggest eagles in the world. We used to say it's the biggest eagle, but it's being disputed, so we settle for number 2 na lang. Okay lang. At least it's still one of the largest eagles in the world. It's got a very majestic crest. It's adorned with a crest. It's the only eagle with a crest like that. It resembles a lion's mane, and then it stands up when it's agitated or surprised. And then it has a massive, powerful beak, and it's the only eagle with blue-gray eyes. Pansinin mo, mestizo.
Uy.
O, di ba? Pero pansinin mo, ang ibang raptors, dilawang mata, pero siya bluish-gray.
Yes.
And then it has massive talons, enough to crush its prey. And then it's over a meter in height. And when it spreads its wings, it's over 7 feet or 2 meters. So, napaka-grand ng stature niya.
Yeah, it's a very
imposing
majestic
yung
and handsome
presence
bird.
niya. Presence niya, sorry.
That's true. Well, I don't know. Let's take a walk. Let's go see. Can we see Girly?
Yes, of course.
And really get a close
Yes,
and personal
please.
approach and appreciation of her. This is the famous Girly.
Yes.
She's a big girl, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's go over her story.
Girly was successfully retrieved in 2009 after it was reported to the DNR that there was an eagle daw that was hit on the right eye. So ngayon, tinamaan ng tirador na nabulag si Girly, and then so tinrate siya, rehabilitate, and then she had a mate. She was able to produce an egg. Unfortunately, hindi nag-develop yung egg ni Girly. And then, after that, in succeeding attempts to breed again, wala na. Hindi na siya nakapag-produce. So, we decided to use her for education na lang. So, ngayon, dito na siya.
Okay, can we talk about what are some of the things that we can do in order to be, number one, more aware of just how rich we are in these unique species that are only found here and are endangered, and ano yung magagawa natin para matulungan silang to have a better chance of survival?
Okay, one, if you know of somebody who is illegally hunting wildlife or illegally collecting these wildlife species, please report it to the nearest DNR or your local police force. And then if you hear of a wildlife that's been injured or badly hurt, likewise, please report it to the nearest DNR, CENRO, PENRO, or the police. And then as private individuals, you can practice the 3 R's. Hindi na tayo 3 R's ngayon, no? But what is your response to the 3 R's?
Right, okay.
Diba? You know the 3 R's, but what are you gonna do? Diba? So you walk your talk.
Right, that's probably the most important R actually, is what's your response, as you said.
Alam mo, nakakatuwa ngayon because with the advent of social media and the various platforms that we have now, no, there are too many to count already. Ang daming pwedeng platforms na gamitin natin. The youth are very much involved. Yung acting responsibly, doing what is right, nagre-report sila, napakalaking tulong. We have a DNR hotline where we get reports of wildlife-related incidents. We do take time out to answer each and every email or letter that you report to us.
Okay, so it's good news that people seem to be, want to be more involved in protecting our species and protecting our wildlife. I think maybe one way to look at it is if you take care of one, you affect a positive change on everything, since everything is interconnected. I think focusing on one means a benefit for all, and a benefit for all is a focus for one and all, really.
Birds of a feather flock together, and so must we, if we want to help protect our avian friends and their vital role in our ecosystem.
Once again, this is Paolo Abrera reminding everyone that we may be faced with a daunting task, but we've got the solution if we all pitch in. And it all begins with one small act.